This is TWiT.
Wow, what a melodrama is going on in Twitter land. I hardly don't know where to begin. So, yesterday, news came that Elon Musk had sent a letter to Twitter, to the Twitter board, and they said to the judge, saying, okay, fine, I'll buy it. $54.20 a share, $44 billion. People seem to act like, okay, that's it. It's a done deal. But it is pending the ending of the court trial, which was supposed to begin in a couple of weeks, October 17th. The judge today said, I haven't heard anything yet, so we're going to move ahead. There's some speculation that the reason Elon cried uncle is he's being deposed tomorrow. So he would be called to testify under oath tomorrow in a deposition. The other possible sword hanging over his head is the release of additional messages between Musk and others. There was a tranche of messages released last week that were, I think, not so embarrassing for Elon, but pretty embarrassing for all his friends, for the sycophants like Jason Calacanis.
Oh, it was perfect. I can't wait to get to that. It was just perfect.
Poor
Jason.
guy. I love Jason. He's
But
been on
poor
our
guy.
shows many times.
Poor guy. No. It was the essence of Jason.
It was a little bit of a suck up.
It was this week in Jason. Yeah, no.
A little bit of a suck. So first he volunteers. Now you remember one of the things. After Elon made the bid, he scrambled to raise the money. He borrowed quite a bit against his Tesla stock, but even though he's the richest man in the world, was not enough to cover the $44 billion. Larry Ellison.
He's not the richest man in the world.
He sure was. Is he no longer?
Isn't the Tata guy?
Oh, I think the Tata guy might have come on. I don't know. Tesla's stock has plummeted, but at the time he was the richest man.
At the time he was the richest man.
Sorry.
But that actually points out how little it means. It's not like Scrooge McDuck that he's got a swimming pool full of dollar bills. It's all tied up in Tesla stock, and it's all because of the value of Tesla stock. And incidentally, can I just say Elon did an amazing thing. SpaceX did an amazing thing this morning. You watched that, John. I know I did. 9 a.m. The Falcon Dragon Crew 5-6 went up, 5, with 4 astronauts, 1 from Russia, 1 from Japan, 2 from the U.S., including a Petaluma. The commander was a Native American, born here in Petaluma, went to Rancho Cotati High down the road. And
Cougars.
Isn't that where your kids went? It's Rancho Cotati.
Where Hardheads go.
Yeah. She was the commander, first Native American in space.
Awesome.
Yeah, really, it was a beautiful launch, flawless. The booster landed on the drone platform. Well, I got to point out, SpaceX's success is not necessarily due to Elon. It might be despite Elon. There are a number of SpaceX employees who say,
I've said before,
he's just a distraction.
Success of something like SpaceX could be because Elon put the right people in place to make this stuff happen.
Yeah, you've been saying that regularly, Ant. Yes.
In any event, well done. So that reason I mention is I just don't want to say Elon is just the most horrible person in the world. He's an amazing.
I will.
I don't think he's horrible. I think he's like a lot of billionaires. He has a higher self-opinion.
His Ukraine trick last week was horrendous.
It was horrendous. He said, they should just have a vote, and Russia, should get, whatever it gets. And by the way, when the foreign minister of the Ukraine called him a bad word.
And Zelensky tweeted back at him. I mean,
by the way, today, the Russians said, hey, good idea.
Yeah, right.
That's a great idea, Elon.
And I wonder, is there perchance between that and he got somebody's nominated for a reward? I'm just asking. We know there's Saudi money in this deal. Could there be Russian money?
Actually, I think the biggest third party in this is the Saudi sovereign fund.
Yes.
As we know from the revealed text messages, Larry Ellison DMs him and says, I'm in. What do you want? $1 billion too? You tell me.
No, he said $1 billion, and Elon then said no too.
and Larry went along with it.
Yeah.
Jason Calacanis says, hey, I'd like to be the CEO if you don't mind. I have some great ideas. And he fires off message after message about how Twitter should be run. And at the same time, and I got the email, sends out emails to people saying, hey, I'm building a group of people who will help Elon in this acquisition. We give him some money. Would you be interested? Elon eventually is compelled to say, can you knock it off? This is proving embarrassing to me. I didn't see anything really embarrassing from Elon. It was mostly the sycophants kissing up to him. Jason eventually says, I'm carrying your sword, sir.
It was just awful. Just awful. Just the ultimate Jason. You know what? And Jason doesn't know how to be embarrassed.
No.
It won't bother him.
No. I love Jason. And, he's always said that he was good friends with Elon. When I bought the Model X, he said, I'll get you at the head of the line. He didn't. But, he knows Elon. He had a model, he had a Roadster. He knows Elon. Twitter, meanwhile, has really been rocked by this whole thing. 700 employees have left. Two major executives were fired. The board,
major talent has left.
Major talent. The board is now very active in pursuing Elon, making him do it, including there's a big article about Brett Taylor, our guy, Brett. We love Brett, who's the chairman of the board, who is on the committee that is pursuing this litigation. The other shoe that might drop is additional messages, except it looks like Elon moved the important ones to Signal.
But said he wasn't using Signal for the deal, but they have one smoking gun, not plug, showing that he was moving a conversation to Signal. So they've got him there, too.
The conversation they really want to know about is, did he talk with the Twitter whistleblower, Peter Zatko, before he whistle blew? In other words, did he maybe encourage him to do this? Apparently, someone with an anonymous Proton mail account, that's an encrypted email account, on the same on May 6th, sent an email. He said, I am a former exec at Twitter leading teams directly involving trust and safety content moderation. In the email, the sender, is it Zatko? We don't know, suggests that Musk's team get in touch on another platform through, quote, alternate secure means in order for this person to provide information about Twitter. It's not probative, but I think it's Mudge. It's Peter Zatko. And that he did, in fact, approach Elon saying, I got something you might want to know. This could also be a reason Elon might have said, this is the guesses are that Elon knew he was going to lose. I don't know if that's the case.
Can I ask a question here? So lose would be defined as you must buy the company.
Yeah.
Is there also a definition of lose that says you were such a bad boy, Elon? You not only buy the company, you fork up another $5 billion to injured parties.
I don't think so.
Is there further punishment? No.
I don't think so.
Lose is just buy it.
I think lose is buy it, but along the way,
2 weeks in Philadelphia,
a lot of damage in discovery. And this happens again and again. This happened in Epic versus Apple, where the discovery of all of this stuff pre-trial is embarrassing as hell to these companies. Apple suffered a lot of reputational damage. They won the case against Epic, but they lost a lot of reputation because of the messages. We'll be quoting those messages for years to come. It just happens again and again and again, and I think already it's been somewhat of an embarrassment. But if messages between Zatko and Musk before the whistleblowing showed up, that'd be bad. Anyway, for whatever reason, and it's it's all 12G chess, maybe could be checkers, but for whatever reason, Elon said no, let's buy it. Now his lawyers have still not apparently told the judge. At least the judge hadn't received that information. So she said we're going to act as if the trial's still on for the 17th. So I'm not sure what's going on. The judge, right before the Musk letter, did say Twitter could hunt for secret chats with Zatko.
Do you think we'll ever see
Go ahead,
the regulators come in? What is it? The SEC?
SEC?
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever see any of them come in and say, look here, dude, You need to pay for these problems that you've created.
Musk, I think, is trying to. Did he not go to appeal to the Supreme Court? I feel like he did over this issue of whether the SEC should be allowed to muzzle him. I think the Supreme Court rejected that, by the way. The SEC is, I think really should definitely get involved. I don't know what the current status of their investigations are.
Do you see any
they
scenario
have a consent
now
decree with him. Sorry?
in which he doesn't? Is there any scenario in which he doesn't get the company?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who the hell knows? What? Yeah, well, for one thing, one of the conditions of this letter was that the case be dropped.
But why would you drop it until such time as you?
Well,
decide to
Twitter
deal delivered?
should. I don't know who has. I guess Twitter has to contact the judge. The judge says I haven't heard anything.
Well, Twitter's statement was, as Mike Masnick said, who I was with yesterday, when all this happened. This was probably the most lawyered message in a year, in which Twitter just said, "We intend to close." Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, period.
Period.
Love it.